there's an awful lot going on at Spotify at the moment. We just released the news of hitting 140 million users on the platform, which is great. We're very excited about that, and it's really that scale in the music audio space that is fueling everything else that we do and we talk about. So when it comes to video, I think we're talking to clients about the thing that's unique to us is really that they can have almost a personal relationship with our users, because when you're listening to Spotify, when you're playing tracks, when you're forwarding them, adding them to playlists, it's giving us information all the time. It gives us a real picture of both, not just as people think type of music, but also tells us about moods, context of what they're doing. They're pretty much playlisting their lives. So there's playlists for just about anything you can think of. And so when it comes to how the advertiser can associate with all of those moments, we can obviously, audio was where it all started, but in recent years video has been a huge part of our business. And I think what we try and say to advertisers is, through a product like Branded Moments, is come and effectively own a 30-minute real-time moment with our consumers. So it could be dinner party, it could be partying, it could be chill or focus. And in that moment, the advertiser is the only one there having a relationship with that consumer that they know in real time are doing one of those things. So I think in a world where there's lots of question marks about transparency and visibility and viewability and so on, I think it's a really intimate moment for advertisers to be able to work with Spotify, because we bring the best of audio and visual together in the platform. The big insight behind the people who use the free tier is something like 1 in every 2 streams is actually user initiated. Okay, so people tend not to sit back, just let it play and sit back. So they're constantly going in, changing the songs, looking for something new and so on. In that moment of engagement, when they're looking at the screen or they're looking at the desktop, whatever the medium might be, that is when the ads show. And importantly, probably one of our most popular offerings is sponsor sessions, where there's a value exchange where the user will hear or see an ad that says, you'll get the next 30 minutes free if you watch this video. So, all the technology that we have, we work with Moat primarily, all the technology we have will tell us if they are viewing the screen. We can make sure they're not hidden behind tabs, any of those sort of common issues. And we know that they're watching it all the way through. And frankly, most people, watching a video are happy to watch a video when they then get, 30 minutes ad free. So I think it's quite a nice combination of offer. I think how the buyers are categorizing video is changing and evolving. So I think there's always been VOD, broadcast, VOD inventory, and then everything else. I think what we're seeing now is a real re-evaluation of the quality of the video inventory in the marketplace. So what we're seeing is, yes, broadcast VOD is very important. Spotify's video, because it is ad-free, it's 100% logged in users, it's 100% share of voice when you're watching it, because of that quality environment. Some people are adding us to that VOD combination of buying sources. But a lot of people now are trying to find a viable alternative to just 1 or 2 big partners that we're all aware of in the network, and they're creating a kind of an alternative for advertisers to associate with. So they're bringing together 2 or 3, 4, 5 really quality scale partners with which to work. And I find that we're either in that tier 1 or we're in that second level of premium sources. I think from an audience perspective, it won't come as any surprise that probably our sweet spot is millennials, and that kind of age group is where things peak. Having said that, we're seeing, because streaming is now this whole shift from ownership to access is driving streaming overall. We're seeing kind of all age groups starting to grow, and actually we're seeing a little peak in the kind of 45 plus, which is effectively the parents who are now, because their kids are using it so much, the parents are being encouraged to either get family plan or something else. So we're seeing quite a nice, distribution of audiences across the platform, and I think we're going to continue to see that grow. We're working with Moat is a primary partner. There's going to be others on the roadmap, and all we're really trying to do is give the reassurance to advertisers that what we're telling them is true, and all of our we have very, very high viewability numbers, which many of our advertisers have experienced now. So I think we'll definitely want to keep expanding those partnerships, because we know that our environments are quality, and I personally think we're kind of setting the standard in video outside of maybe broadcast. Ubiquity is something that we're trying to gun for with Spotify across the board. So we're integrating, like in the very newest cars, a number of car manufacturers are integrating us into their OS, whatever it may be. We are embedded with Chromecast, with PlayStation. So if you're on PlayStation, you don't want to listen to the PlayStation music anymore, you can download your own Spotify. So these are moments, targetable moments for us that really make us stand out, because which advertiser who's reaching that audience doesn't want to reach them when they're in that environment of something like gaming, which is very strong. And we're continuing to see the rise of the Google Home and Sonos and all these other and Alexa, and we're integrating with all of those players as well, so we're available in the home, and that gives us that sort of something like 2.5 hours a day that our audience is with us. And it's giving us those lovely data points through the day. So when you, as an advertiser, we can say, advertise to people in different ways on different platforms, and really have a conversation through the day, which I think is important and pretty unique.